doing? Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Easy Work Boxing. Thank y'all for tuning in. Got to talk about Oscar Valdez defeating Robson Conceciao. Got to give a shout out to Robson Conceciao. I will never give Oscar Valdez a shout out ever again. Uh, a lot of people, upset with, the decision of happened in the fight. He didn't come out on top. I watched some of the fight, y'all, and in my opinion, Robson Conceciao really didn't do enough to take a champion's title. Under the champion's rules, which they don't talk about, a lot of channels don't talk about the champion rules. Champion rules, you got to knock the champion down, white glove the champion, or knock the champion out. Robson Conceciao didn't do that. Robson Conceciao, to me, he came out strong in the earlier rounds. Looked like he was putting too much power in his punches. That's probably why, in my opinion, he got tired in the later rounds. And he left a gap open for Oscar Valdez to win the fight. He didn't really do enough. Most of his shots that he was throwing, like in the first round, some of those shots wouldn't land, and he really won a lot of rounds just from being the fighter that had the more output. But I think at the end of it, when he go back home and he watch the tape, he should be more upset with himself for not going out there and winning that fight. To me, it looked like Robson Conceciao is stuck in the amateurs. Take nothing away from him. He looked like he's a good fighter, but his skills to me just look mediocre in a way of a professional fighter. I think if he would have attacked more and did more instead of, throwing single shots, the jab, right hand, I think he would have came out on top, in this fight if he'd have been a little bit more active. I would love to come out here and say, hey, Oscar Valdez lost, or Oscar Valdez cheated and still got his ass whooped. But from what I see now, you really can't say that. If you want to put boxing into points, then you probably can go with Robson Conceciao. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the champion, you literally have to demolish the champion, y'all. You just can't go out there and get no mediocre ass fight out there fighting like an amateur, throwing single shots and expect to take the champion's title. This is something we seen happen with Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison. Under champion rules, Tony Harrison wasn't supposed to beat Jermell Charlo, but by points, he outpointed him. You know what I'm saying? So it go both ways. I know y'all don't really hear in channels talking about that, about the champions rules, but rules, you have to literally mop the floor with the champion. If you don't mop the floor, white glove him, or knock him out, then you don't deserve to go home with that title. But I take nothing away from Robson Conceciao. He still went out there and put on a hell of a fight due to the area that he was in, mostly populated by Mexicans. He wasn't going to come out on top and win that fight, y'all. He had to really go out there. He should have been trying to knock Oscar Valdez the hell out. He should have known that was the only way he was going to get that title. But, the saga continues. The cheating will continue. They will keep allowing Oscar Valdez to come in, cheating and using steroids. I give him no credit for nothing. I do not consider him a champion. He should be stripped. He should not be allowed to fight. Because, like I told y'all in the last video, if you watch the Victor Conte video when he talking about Fetterman and he talking about Oscar Valdez, if you watch Oscar Valdez video when he trying to explain how Fetterman got in his system, he basically told y'all he used Fetterman and he used too much of it. You don't make a mistake. If it's a mistake, then that means it's something that you had nothing to do with. When you say I made a mistake, that means I did something. So why would he say that it was a mistake? Because he knew he was overusing that Fetterman, and he wasn't thinking he was going to be caught for it. But still, he should be stripped. He should have been punished for it, but yet nothing happened to him. And I'd love to see him go against Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur Stevenson, if he defeats Jamel Herring, Shakur Stevenson ain't going to do that Rob Conceciao shit. Shakur Stevenson really going to give him what he want, and he going to bring it to him. So, I don't even want out to Oscar Valdez. I give him no credit for nothing anymore. I can't wait till he run up on Herring or Shakur Stevenson. I hope he loses to either one of those fighters. Shout out to my Mexican brothers and sisters, but you know what time it is, y'all. Boy out there cheating. Canelo Alvarez out there, giving him applaud and shaking his hand like he really done did something. Both of y'all cheaters, both of y'all use drugs, and that's why y'all go out there and win fights. And then to hear the commentators, let me say this too before I get off. To hear the commentators talking about Valdez's power. Valdez, he has so much power. Hell yeah, he got power because he a steroid user. You supposed to have power like that when you're using fucking steroids. They sitting there riding his motherfucking coattail like he a fighter that didn't use amphetamine, talking about how much power he got. That shit didn't make no sense. I feel you on that. That's a good way, LT, to say it. If you keep saying his name, you fall for his trick. But I'm going to say his name in nothing but bad ways. I'm not saying his name to congratulate him or nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Thank God Robson Conceciao came out that fight okay. Thank God he didn't get hit in the head. And then they took a point from Robson Conceciao for tapping Oscar Valdez on the back of the head, man. I wonder if referees wear earpieces. I wonder if referees wear earpieces like somebody microphone pieces in their ear were. Because there was no reason to take a point away from that man. Robson Conceciao was talking about how Oscar Valdez kept hitting him below the belt. They didn't even give him a warning for the hitting behind the head. All they seen was Oscar Valdez complain about getting hit behind the head, then they took a point from him. It's a lot of bullshit going on in the sport, man. A lot of bullshit going on, but I don't say Robson Conceciao was robbed. I don't think he did enough to win that fight, y'all. Like I said earlier, Robson Conceciao, to me, is stuck in an amateur fighting style. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the fact that he would throw a jab, right hand, but he wouldn't move into it. He would lean in. Every time he would throw a jab in the right hand, he would lean into it. He wouldn't push forward with it. And I was like, why is he fighting like that? This is a former gold medalist, but then I thought about it. Former gold medalist, a lot of them be stuck on the amateurs. I mean, look at Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux, a special fighter, but he's stuck in that amateur shit. It's that amateur style. You know what I'm saying? People can see that people don't value technicians in the sport of boxing. So you have to go out there sometimes and use another style of fight. But a lot of these fighters who come from the amateurs, you know what I'm saying? The only one who I say has switched that is Vasyl Lomachenko. Vasyl Lomachenko, he gonna go out there and get in your ass. He ain't going out there on no point system. A lot of these fighters that were raw in the amateurs, 300, 400 wins, they coming out there with that point system shit, and it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. That's how Vasyl Lomachenko got his first loss, out there with Salido, coming out there with that point system shit, and Salido fought him. He wasn't out there trying to win points. So, I'm happy Robson Conceciao came out of this okay, but at the end of the day, no, I do not consider this a robbery. He didn't do enough to take the man title. You know what I'm saying? He did a good job, but he got to work on that punch output. He got to work on that punch output. I didn't watch that, bro. I didn't even watch the Valdez and Conceição fight. I just watched it, earlier today. But I will be trying to check that out, though. But in my opinion, y'all, Robson Conceição did not win. He didn't deserve to take that man title. Just by rules, he didn't do enough. You can't be out there throwing one single punches and showboat, and you're supposed to be out there fighting. So, that's just my opinion of it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. This is Easy Work Boxing. Thank y'all for y'all time, y'all love, and y'all support. If you want to support the channel, man, go to Cash App. It's on the top of the channel, and PayPal is on top of the channel. I just thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support. Y'all please comment, hit that notification bell. I'm out.